10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. TNC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. TNC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. TNC's turn to pick. Radiant team pick. Radiant team pick.
Omni Knight.
All right, gang, it's time to stop rocking out and time to start talking about some Dota 2. Trent, we are back again. We have some more picks. This one just for funsies. TNC has already qualified. Celebrations are in order. Champagne has been popped and Kook already partying. I can only imagine. They've stolen his Leshrac. They have only angered the beast, and they are about to feel the vengeance of an angered Kook. Welcome back. This is the final game of our coverage here for the China Super Major Qualifiers. Before I let you speak, I just want to say it's been an honor and a privilege, sir. Made it this far, man. Let's wrap this thing up.
Wow, thank you. My goodness. How official. Yes, it's been good. I couldn't believe I was actually counting the days just like kind of yesterday. It's been a while since I've been on a nice little grind, but we finished 3 regions. It's good. It's nice.
Dude, we're hardcore.
Feels good.
CIS, Europe, and Southeast Asia. We did the full tour. Of course, we moved out on South America, North America, and China, but man can only do so much.
Yeah, it's been a while since I got to cast C. It's kind of the region that I grinded the most by far, because no one else wanted to do it back in the day. So I did C for like a full year. It was great.
You know, me too. At BTS, that was like the thing. You know, the mission statement at Beyond the Summit when I was there was bringing global coverage to Chinese and Southeast Asian Dota. So every little tournament, like Gods was the fixer, you know, any kind of content in that region, we were doing it. There were a couple nights I remember just coming downstairs at 5 p.m. and it's just Gods in the kitchen, solo casting, very slowly by himself with a glass of whiskey. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, it's MPGL qualifiers. It's the best of Jakarta. Yeah, they wanted me to cast it, so I figured why not? I got nothing else to do. You know, it was the hardcore sea life for a while there, and it's exciting, man. It was an underloved region for a long time with a lot of exciting Dota to share, and I'm glad it's finally getting the attention it deserves.
Yeah, they've had that build up, you know, they've had the influx. It used to be like no sponsored teams. Now there's teams with sponsorships, quite a few, in fact. So we'll see if I mean TNC. Now they have 2 teams. I mean, wow. You got what's the other one called? TNC Tiger.
Turn to ban.
So
Tiger.
we'll have to see if we
Predator that's a sponsor or something. Like a part or something.
Yeah, I believe so. But I don't know if that's why they're called Predator. Is that why they called themselves Predator? I thought it was just to differentiate.
I assumed, but if that's just a differentiation instead of being like IG Vitality, newbie youth, they're fuck that. We're TNC Predator.
Oh yeah, no, it is the sponsorship. They got the Predator sponsorship too. That's good. It kind of works anyway. It kind of works for the logo.
It's cool. No, it's awesome. I'm glad to see like big stuff coming into the region. That's what it's been lacking for so long, is that infrastructure, that influx of salaries and teams. And for TNC, we all know the story, but you know, WESG, as weird of an event as that is, that's life-changing money for those players.
Yep.
Craziness. Set up the whole franchise. Here we go. Lesh Omni Night. Wow, Geek fam. They're ready to have some serious fun.
Definitely not taking this one, you know, seriously. I mean, God, these awful picks. What are these heroes even? I just don't even understand. True. It is that bit of a style.
It's like the Wizard of Oz. If we click our heels together enough times, never mind.
Hey, that's a fun hero. That's okay. I'm sure that Firu's having a good time playing Dark Willow.
You know, I could do a Dark Willow cosplay. Look, she's got tights on. I've already got half of it.
You probably have those shoes too.
Pretty close actually. Look at those. Those look kind of like the Jordans, just a little bit bigger up at the top.
That's right.
A little more red. I could find a little dress like that. I don't know how to do the wings. Would be pretty easy. I'd have to get elf ears. I don't know how to do that lantern. That thing's pretty. I'd have to hire somebody to make that lantern.
All right, well, we'll make it happen just for you guys. But Dazzle TB, hey, speaking of you, it's the Dazzle. It's going to be the classic combination of the Terrorblade.
Speaking of cosplay, I've never had a desire to cosplay Dazzle, despite him being my spirit animal.
5 seconds.
I'm not into the face paint.
Oh, that's what gets you, is it?
It is, actually, because it's face paint doesn't translate that way. I feel like most of the Dazzle cosplays I've seen, it's like, hey, you kind of nailed it, but you still look kind of weird. You just look like a shitty clown. He's a hard character. No offense to the Dazzle cosplayers.
No offense, you look like a shitty clown. No offense. That makes it okay.
Like, for real, no, it's a limitation of the cosplay. Like it's a very difficult. Look at his posture, right? All the other humanoids, like Omni Knight, he's a normal human. Even Earth Spirit, right? It's a crazy hero to try to cosplay, but he's just a normal human. Dazzle's got that weird. It's like Witch Doctor. To really do Witch Doctor, you got to have like a fucking Igor cleft back and be walking all weird and stuff. It's very difficult. So anyway, plus Dazzle's whole body, you got to do full body paint.
Dude, we're gamers. Isn't that like the easiest stance to do? Isn't it harder to have proper posture and stand up straight than to have some weird ass hunchback going on?
I mean, kind of.
So like, yeah, try and dig your hole to your shitty clown hole. I don't think so.
You want to do a Leshrac cosplay at TI this year, Trent?
It would be like those horse costumes where there's like 2 people.
I'll be the ass.
We'll just dye a horse costume blue.
We need to do Carlo as the front person, though. Carlo can be the front person.
He would be the front to Centaur War Runner, I think.
Well, Lesh is pretty buff too, dude. I see some abs.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a nice little 8-pack going on. All right.
So Earth Spirit now for Geek fam.
Radiant team.
Are we testing out some strats, or what's the plan here? Oh!
They are testing out some strats. Dazzle Pango, baby. This is pretty exciting. So probably off lane Pango with a position 4 Sand King, position 5 Dazzle, safe lane TB, and looking for that mid laner with their final pick. But this is pretty exciting. How you feeling about Pangolier?
I don't see any recent Pango games from TNC, so this is a great time to try it out, see how they run with the hero. I like watching him. I think he reminds me kind of like Nature's Prophet in the sense that he offers a lot of damage during team fights, but he obviously has more control because of the role, but it's certainly not something I would consider reliable. So I think you want a position 4 hero like Sand King or like Earth Spirit to kind of back up his control. I don't think you can fully rely on him to provide that for you. So with the Sand King, I like it.
All right. Ready to see it work?
Remaining.
Yeah, like what kind of item building? that stuff. Graphs. Both teams, a lot of team fights.
Turn to pick.
Looks like they played one previous Pangolier game in a match versus Geek Fam, actually. Kind of funny.
And now the DK final pick for Predator. So, or TNC Predator rather. Geek Fam banned out the gyrocopter, which we have seen made a couple of times, so certainly possible, but DK adding another nice push element alongside the Terrorblade. Also just a good frontliner. Pango, of course, is really tanky. He kind of plays like a frontliner, but he's a little more of like a tiny almost. He likes to go in and out. He's about initiation and catch, you know, kind of burst mobility. He's not a sustainable tank, whereas DK, he's that beefcake. You know, he's going to go front line. He's going to pop his BKB and say, come at me, bitch. I'm ready. Initiate on me, please. Make my day. On the other side, they grab a Shadow Fiend. Marchul.
Okay, so we'll have a potential tri-lane scenario, possibly with like the Lesh, the Dark Will, and the Earth Spirit, where he can at least show up a couple times to help the Leshrac get some easy kills. Wasn't sure how they were going to round this one out. Speediest way, like you saw how TNC just absolutely ran down that Terrorblade. This time, the Dazzle to back him up in the lane, as well as apparently it's going to be a Tim's Pangolier. At least as I have it sorted right now. The previous game, it was Sam H that played it, but perhaps with the Leshrac lane being a little bit scary, they'd rather have a more tanky, someone who can actually like engage, I guess, in the off lane. I reckon whatever this Pango goes, he's going to be doing creep pulling shenanigans.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so yeah, I was wrong. The position for Tim's Pango and the position... That's fine. This team's a little bit different, the way they play around Sam H, I feel. Giving him that farm priority. They're also... like, I think one of the things that makes TNC good is that they're very... what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional about how they move around the map and trade farm priority. And... they don't really play conventional hard locked like 1, 2, 3, 4 type roles. I feel like they do these hybrid kind of 3.5, 4.5 where they trade off. Okay, I've got my item. I'm going to rotate. Now you hold the lane for a couple minutes, get your XP and farm. And you'll see that pretty regularly. So farm priority, he'll get his Blink Dagger, he'll start moving around. Then I bet we'll see this Pango start getting a little bit of farm priority himself.
Yeah, it looks pretty even in terms of their itemization, so yeah, 2 3.5 is kind of a deal. Well,
Trent,
yep.
I have to say, I bought a pack of sugar Red Bulls at Costco.
Oh.
I really splurged. They are $1.50 at Costco price. They're normally like $4 when you buy them. Ah, I don't feel guilty drinking.
They're actually so delicious. It's good that, you know, not like... You can't get hooked on those things, but when you actually go to work an event or something and you need that pick-me-up and you just grab one of those bad boys, oh yeah. Get her done.
It's really true. You gotta use them.
I would sell out for Red Bull anytime, honestly. Sorry, Monster. Report my teehee.
Oh, I think they might be sponsors of this event, actually. I'm not positive, but pretty sure.
Well, if they are, thank you.
Ollie. Uh-oh, are they going to find him, you silly little devil? He's going to roll down. Oliver will live. Ollie. Oh, Tim. You ever met Tim's? Like in real life?
No, I don't think so.
You know, in-game, he's so aggressive and assertive.
They're also
so dominant.
So quiet, most of the TNC guys.
I know. I bet in real life he's very, very reserved, very timid.
Well, they found him again, though, and yeah, I don't think he's going to get to the wave this time.
Sorry, Tim's.
To a future of grief. To a future of grief.
Well, good night, Tim's.
Damn, got him, dude. To a future of grief. So there's going to be sandwich. And yeah, Tim's going to go try again to grab a wave and be an annoying Pango player.
Any hero that has a saber and a musket has to be annoying.
And probably French.
Dante. Any hero named Dante. Probably pretty annoying.
I just can't get over how he's basically like You know how there's like cat puss in boots? Like he is just Pangolier in boots. Yep. It drives me. Like the first video. It's kind of funny. This looks like the first video, man. It's Dark Will and Pangolier. They're hanging out.
Uh-oh. Ollie comes rolling in. Tim's again. Run, Timmy. Run.
He's like, man, I saw this Reddit post today, though, where there's like Pangolier was owning and pulling all the creep waves. But what's happening? Why isn't this working? It's a lot harder to do. Well, over here.
Sam H, he's getting porked under the tower, and they're going to go for it. Beatty has a stun in 3 seconds, but Sam H will make it back. Drawback of the Willa. They always talk about long cooldowns. Willow floats, though. That's the other thing about cosplaying Willow. It doesn't translate in real life because she fucking floats.
Get one of those hoverboard things. Those little... the 2 wheels, you know?
Those things that blow up? Yeah, I'm sure they'll let you into the venue with that at TI.
I didn't think you could get on a plane with hoverboard here.
Sir, you're going to put on that costume and then ride around on a hoverboard? We can't allow that. Our insurance does not cover that.
That's got to be the most misleading name of any product ever. Hoverboard. It's just, well, no. It's like a mini Segway. I don't know. How is this a hoverboard? It's so disappointing.
Get some Heelys, you know, scoot around. That's a good compromise, I think. So Tim's... Oh, Timmy, he's finding some recovery here, it looks like.
Is he?
Well...
Is he, though?
He's leeching to level 2.
It looks like they're just kind of zoned out here. I think they really thought that whole pull shenanigan thing was going to go a little bit better. And instead, they're like, huh, we really are just getting nothing down here. And they're playing very aggressively from the Radiant Heroes. They're basically boxing them out of the creep wave. And getting plenty of denies.
Well, so what's the opportunity cost here, though? Trent mid lane. It's a pretty even spread. DK on Shadow Fiend. No big prize there. And up top, it's a 2v1, but it's Omni Knight. So Skid, Teehee, as we've recently learned, farming against the Terrorblade. It's tough stuff. And he's got a Dazzle who's been pulling and whatnot, so Cuckoo's get space. So kind of sacking the Sand King. Get some space for Terrorblade. Tim's jumps back. Work with those muskets as he's able to dodge some damage. The swashbuckler that he is.
Close one.
Top the poison from the Dazzle. It really hurts. If only it was a level 2 poison, though. Bad repel counters it. Bummer.
Can't get the pull through though, thanks to the interruption there from Teehee. So it's gonna push that wave his way, and he'll just make sure that Cuckoo can't get a side pull off here. And yeah, he'll have to watch him stack it. So get the Observer Ward to keep an eye on those pull actions from the Dazzle, but these 2 range creeps will be coming his way. So Raven goes to pop the meta and try and harass him as much as possible. He moves into this tower.
It's a dove, but he's doing Tim's. Much time left on that ward. Done. It's gonna be there. It's Ollie from downtown. You might as well call him LeBron because he's hitting 3s. They set it up and Tim's dies for a 3rd time. Out of character for this Pangolier player. What's going on here, Trent?
You've said Curry like 5 times throughout our broadcast this week, and the time you're talking about 3s, you don't go with Curry, you go with LeBron.
Oh, I don't know. I just wanted to switch.
I don't know the basketball.
I don't know any of their stats. I just know random names, and some of them are hitting field goals or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Uh-oh, down bottom. Leshrak gets to half HP.
Oh my god.
In the mid lane. Oh god, Armel, he's way below half HP, and they get him. Magic damage cuts right through the Dragon Blood. Down bottom now, Trent. Dark Willow's in trouble. She's at half HP, a little bit lower with the swashbuckle, but the turn from March, stun onto Sam H. He's going to have a stun himself in 1, and he gets the Willa. A nice setup there, and on the run, March. Does he have any mana coming? He does, but he does. Oh, he's got the damage. That auto attack was it. Sam H falls, and it's 5-1 Geek fam. Hang on to the lead with this Shadow Fiend, now pulling ahead.
I'm just happy that he pulled off the triple raise and you got to see the 3 lines over his head. It's nice. Looks really good with the Arcana. Big fan.
Style points. Up top, Skid. A little low on mana. TB. Him the right clicks, but 6. Hold up that Sunder. TB is getting a lot of space. Looking at the net worth.
This is not a Geek Fam TV. This is not a last game TV. This is the Raven TV, the legend itself. I mean, this guy carried them to several wins on the TV.
The real TV. Be that gets some farm, leads net worth, and you don't really want to get near.
Mid lane, they hit the bramble into the cursed crown, the stun layering, shaboom!
Oh my!
Another triple raise. A rare sight.
One. Well, Geek Fam are off to a hell of a start here. Be able to maintain it. What's your confidence level right now, Trent? Do you think Geek Fam have this? Do you think turn her around?
I'd say it looks pretty good for Geek Fam. Seems all right. Omni's got some good levels, kind of. Level 5, it's not bad. He's not totally zoned out. It was pretty bad at first, but it's all right now.
Think Terrorblade's going to carry him to victory? You don't think in another 10 minutes they're going to take one fight and Raven's going to get a triple kill and then they're going to push and take Roche and 3 towers and all of a sudden just be really far ahead despite being behind by like 3k in the laning phase? Is that too specific, or do you want? No,
that sounds pretty accurate. No,
that's what I think's going to happen.
I just don't think how much can TNC really? They know. I saw them tweeting. They know they're qualified. I mean, they're still going to play it out, sure, but
I just think Terrorblade with this kind of farm is really scary. We'll see right now. This is the ultimate test. Will he be able to get off the Sunder? No, he just gets obliterated. Thanks, Raven. Thanks a lot.
That's what you get.
A bozo.
You went too deep, dude. If you had just been a little bit like less, you know, if you were humble, then he would have lived there. I think you cursed him to death.
It's the same logic as the way you do brackets. There's nothing exciting about playing it safe and still nailing it. Guys, I was 90% right.
I picked the top seed every time. Woo!
What an algorithm. But yeah, it backfires. This Shadow Fiend is picking up a lot of space himself. Item, he'll go Yule's Blink, the old classic farm greedy bit. Yeah, something else in mind. We're gonna see a Shadow Blade. We're gonna pub it up.
Shadow Blade would actually be kind of cool. I'd be alright with that. I think I'll probably just go like drums.
That's true. We've seen that be the style when like, Shadow Fiend's a little bit more of a niche pick now, and when he does get grabbed, see those early value items. Wand, Aquila, Treads, Drum. It does make you very beefy. Also items with very easy build.
Man, this push up top has taken forever, but they're eventually getting it. Leshrac without Edict, not the fastest pusher.
Well, you know, right clicks. Hey, they finally bring it down. March able to click it. Bottom lane. Some pressure on this one. Armel in the Elder Dragon form. Corrosive. Has some support nearby. Sam H, level 6. No ultimate, but now the rotation. Bam. They repel and DK just flies away. Now in the mid, Willow getting a little bit of space to try to find her level 6. Still far off, but wants that Bedlam.
A lot of pressure on Ollie down here to actually make something happen. He's the one that has to lead into the stun for the Leshrac and then for the Shadow Fiend, but they're just kind of playing back. Honestly, it looks like the Dazzle has... Yeah, exactly. So they think there's a ward here because of the way Shadow Fiend's been moving. And then every time he moves over here, they're like coming down, but it's actually just a coincidence. So it's kind of funny. But it really did look like there was 100% an observer there.
Because of it, March just goes back to farming. Sam H takes a more defensive posture in the lane here. Roll in. Armel finds the Invis rune. Very lucky for him. Now up top, Omni Knight. He might get sandwiched. Tim's is level 5. Terrorblade comes around the other side, but Skid does have a TP and a repel, so should be able to make it out if things get sticky. They do, and he lives. Nice stun. Now back down bottom. Stun onto Ollie. He'll probably fall, but Lesh turning a lot of damage and a nice double stun. I underestimated the Olivers. He rolls in onto Sam H. It's a bold play, and the bold play pays off as Ollie lives. No, the creeps actually sandwich him in on the other side. March trying to finish off Armel. The right clicks, not doing much against that armor, but he just needs a little bit more magic damage. He has it. Pulse Nova, it's there.
Back in the mid lane too. Under the tower.
Whoa. Action everywhere. Willow the fear, dazzle with the grave. Be a dead will. Okay, missed most of that exchange mid, but it's like they won't be able to find a counter kill. So 2 around the map. Geek fam, I think overall pretty happy with that.
Yep. And as you said, ultimately just getting the kill before he dies is very important. So again, we have another pretty good start for our Earth Spirit game, and he's even more crucial in this one. Drums are picked up for the SF now, and they can start grouping a little bit here. Start moving to these towers. They have some Edict built up onto the Leshrac at this point.
Top, Sam H and Skid kind of trading blows. It seems like Skid's getting the better of it. Drops a sentry down, but reinforcements have arrived. Now the Reflection, Omni Knight in pretty deep, does not have a TP, now comes off cooldown, but Willow to come and counter it the other way. Dire had the numbers advantage, but not playing like it on the defensive, and now they're going to rendezvous with the other side. Ollie, who's kind of leading the charge. Really awkward spot for TNC to be in. So far, not been punished by it. Firu heading back in the lane, and Skid will just go. It's like nobody's going to get caught. I'm a little bit surprised. Especially with TNC positioned so aggressively. Raven is just farming the enemy jungle. Or no. Oh my god, I got flipped around. I'm sorry. That invasion for me. I'm an idiot. I'm a bozo. I'm a bozo.
Ah, you bozoed. How embarrassing. But Teehee is just, I think playing this perfectly is the Omni Knight.
Yep.
Like, why not just be up here, you know? Try and force some attention.
They're going hard on the Tims. I don't think they're going to be able to get this one, though. In fact, he goes back inward.
Indiana Jones, dude. They're stuck in the corridor of the boulder. Oh, jeez.
It's actually going to pay off, though. Follow-up damage for Sam H is not very much. Now Ollie comes back. They turn onto the sand.
Guys, I forgot to say, I don't have Epicenter. You guys need that?
Level 2 grave, but still out of range. The cast range goes up a lot as you level it. Yes. Yeah, a lot of positioning game going on though. Geek fam trying to push their advantage. You can see up top, Skid is just constantly pressing forward. TNC have been struggling to punish this. Now they might even lose that bottom tier 1 too.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's
what a weird game 2 here, Trent.
Yeah.
You can see getting knocked around a little bit.
Yeah, they will start grouping up in the mid lane though. And Sam H, yeah, he didn't have Epicenter, but it's just so he can farm faster. His blink is going to be coming at a decent pace here. So by the time he's got that, he'll have the Epi. Bottom lane, he's also scouting it out Schwan. And he's going to let him go. Looks like they're not going to make any TP rotations.
TNC, a lot of pressure mid. One in tier 1 of their own. Armel is going to be the one to get stunned. March presses forward. He is repelled up, but now Tims comes rolling on in, and that Lesh is not surviving through the right clicks of Raven. He gets rooted up, but dies to the breathe fire as soon as he comes back down. And Ollie on the run will fall alongside the Omni Knight. No GA leveled up, and despite a good magnetize, there's a Sunder that picks up Raven. It's on an illusion, but it really does not matter. He'll take anything as he's now still pretty healthy. 3-0 in the mid. TNC strike right back and regain that lost footing, getting a 2K net worth swing, and also seems they will get this tower to boot, maybe even a Willow stun.
A poison from the dragon that just gets the towers. They can't deny it. But TV's a big grab. Oh, this mid-grave animation. I don't think it would have saved him anyway, honestly.
A little slow. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, all 5 alive.
Yeah, he would have just died anyway.
All right, so a little bit of a strike back from Geek fam, but now a very even game on our hands, and it was a 3K net worth lead for Geek fam. He's still number 1 on the charts. Big stuff for the DK, who's now very close to his Blink Dagger, and even the Pango is showing a sign of life, but in poverty mode. Also, Sam H just 200 Dagger. So a couple of breakpoints here. With these 2 blinks, TNC might get a little bit more ferocious, though at the same time, Geek fam take this opportunity to move into the Roche pit.
They need this very badly. If there's all these blink daggers, they will absolutely destroy some of these Radiant heroes, namely the Leshrac. He would get blown up so fast, but even someone like the Dark Willow and the Earth Spirit, who's so crucial to their team fight, can't really afford to have him just stunned and done. So Aegis just on someone like the Shadow Fiend or the Leshrac, either one, let them play up front and be aggressive to kind of prevent those backline initiations. As they do grab the Dark Willow. That's the space, though.
Roche goes down, and yeah, absolutely. Goes the way of the Shadow Fiend. I guess not a huge surprise, though. Lesh definitely a contender to carry the Aegis. Double damage now, also for the SF, with S and Y on the horizon. Oh, Midas up on the Omni Knight, so I guess Geek fam expecting this game to be a relatively long one. And then he's going to go into the Crimson Guard after that. Seeing a big influx of Crimson Guards towards the Qualifier. I like it.
Yeah, virtually every game.
Great item.
TV, Pango. It's really good.
Look at this from the Dire. It's a big schmalk.
They're going to let the Courier go over top of them as well. Ollie.
Golly.
Oh, he misses the silence.
Goes in first. Omni Knight, he's the target that they want. They will find him. Now the SF on the other side. Wow, he dies fast. That's the Aegis, but Armel's going to be right here. Dragon Tail momentarily. First the stun from the Sand King. Now the blink in, the follow-up. Chuan got a lame name, and he's going to die.
Yeah, they're going to find Ollie as well.
Well, he might run. TP going to survive. But
yeah, I thought you actually have the damage there.
A brutal fight here, Trent. Yeah. Showing their control. You know, flexing the muscles of what they can do if they catch the initiation.
There was no counterplay from Ollie because he went for the instant silence on the Sand King when he popped up next to him, but as he was pulling the trigger on that, Sam H blinked out. So had he silenced the Sand King there and gotten it off in time, then obviously he wouldn't be able to blink in, and then that could have actually went pretty well for them. But he missed it. So then he has no roll-in silence play, can't really go for the magnetize, there's no turnaround play, and they kind of lose all possible hope in that engagement.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
One tower falls. Bit of extra gold going to TNC. Now a very even game. Net worth split right down the middle. Very much coming down to execution. Below with enough gold for the Veil. That'll be a little damage boost. Bam, especially with Flesh and the amount of work this Earth Spirit's been doing. Mid lane, Fear onto the Dazzle, Bedlam, follow-up. Willow with the stun, gets the combo and actually sets it up for Chuan. That's one way to do it. No grave for you. What a hero, dude.
It tells you. I think TNC are looking a little bit better in this one. Raven though, okay. I spoke. And so he died. I would say Tim's is still a little bit down there in terms of the items, right? He's got a lot of these smaller items, but in terms of like the way the Pango tends to become useful in that support role, the Blink Dagger, still pretty far away. Yule Scepter, something like that.
North side, initiation now into Lesh. March just walks up to the high ground, and this Blink K ready to punish Hims. Credit for that one. Okay, so kind of a 1-for-1 now. They lose the Terrorblade. Flesh feels pretty good.
But yeah, if I just look at this Dire side, I feel like you're kind of right about the TB. He got a lot of space. He's going to have the BKB soon, and that is when this fight, like, what do they even do when he has BKB? He is going to be absolutely terrifying. And I think the control is just so much better from TNC. There is so much pressure on Ollie in these fights. And that often happens when you pick the Omni Knight as an offlaner. You know, you need a lot of extra control. Earth Spirit's very good. Dark Willow's kind of okay. But the pressure is 100% on the supports this game. And it's harder to execute because they're not going to have these Blink Daggers. So it just makes it so you would think the Dire are going to win this one simply because they have the Blink on the DK and the Blink on the Sand King and a Terrorblade that's going to be untouchable for the next several engagements. But we'll see. They're definitely not out of it on the side of Geek Fam. Just feels easier to play this one out from Dire's side.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. K is going a good item build. The perfect game for a Blink Dagger. Armel's gotten a lot of value out of it. And the KB up next will, well.
Looks like Tim's was forced into the ulti TP home.
Dagger pretty close for him. 100 gold. Not too bad.
Yeah, I was worried about him, but suddenly he just shot right back up in net worth.
Oh, the Willow up top. Looks like he'll get scouted out. Armel, Sam H.
Oh no, Sam H has been really off on the bro strikes. Like, kind of embarrassing. So, like, it's been pretty bad. That was last game too. There's several where it's just like, dude, come on, what are you doing? I'm sure he would agree. It's just, I don't know what's happening with him. This ain't Nick's assassin, dude. Come on now. And don't have any excuses.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
I don't know.
is under attack.
Not.
Dire are scared.
But I do know that there's a BKB complete, and that is the first of 2. DK's is very close. A couple hundred gold, and he's got the space with this next wave to farm it up. They don't even want to wait for that, though. They smoke up immediately with 3. Bam, H, and Raven on an expedition. They find. Bottom lane, though. Uh-oh. Tim's.
It's another Bloodstone
there's
charge.
A couple committed. Maybe that means they can jump on Chuan mid lane. Yes, they can. In goes the Sand King. They set it up, and Shadow Fiend will fall despite the Omni Knight being inbound. He does have Crimson and GA. They end up going 1 for 1.
Oh, nice.
And now the blink forward again from Armel. Follow-up stun from Sam H. Looks like they might have the burst. Omni, GA, Repel. They can't do anything. He is completely immune, but now the roll in. Again, the stun from DK. Ollie just gets melted. Far side, beautiful initiation from Sam H. And like you were saying about the control, now the TP from the Willow. He will survive. So not the most devastating set of losses, but big damage on this tower. Flash still the level 4 Edict. Will be able to finish off this tier 4 if he wants to, but 2 in the grave, even less reinforcements. TNC not going to press the issue. They will back up and try to mount a defense.
Yeah, it seems Tim's will just grab the wave. I don't know, I feel like, yeah, March is going to go for this. So you can do some really cheeky plays as Leshrac. He breaks the trees, he gets the Edict, and he TP's home.
That's cute.
Yeah, nice.
Bloodstone shard. Alright, so ends up again being a strikingly even trade for Geek Fam. In the end, they only lose 1 additional hero. They do go tier 2 for 2. And it's not that big of a net worth swing. In fact, they still hold on to a small edge. Air rise mid. Willow just going to walk back to safe.
Well, next Roche possibly up in 10 seconds. So
that timer looks like, but in the meantime, double damage on Raven. They're going to catch the Shadow Fiend again. He has S and Y, Drum, and Reds, but not feel very tanky when he gets jumped on like that. Roshan up in 2:15, so it'll be a later timer.
Unlikely to matter all too much in this one, I'd say.
But these pickoffs, they do matter. Blink Dagger now on Pango and Terrorblade. He's working on a Scotty.
Oh my god, dude, you're like never safe now. It's gonna get blinked on in every lane. And TNC closing the grip on our final match. Even though it's only a 1K lead, it does not feel like it. I don't know how you go anywhere.
Yeah, they're starting to get to that point where it's this kind of like, this is more where the river feels like. Dire just slowly invading now, finishing off these towers. Probably going to roam bottom. They ping out Roche. Courier is on top of it, still a minute 15, so that will be an objective that they go for. Now the smoke out, Blink Dagger on Omni Knight. Geek Fam looking for an opening. Who do they find? It's Armel in the mid. K pops the ult, the BKB reinforcements inbound. They're ready to fight. Willow uses the Shadow Realm. He blinks to the other side. They go in onto March. Looks like an okay fight for the Dire. Now the epicenter comes in. Raven pops the meta. Ollie completely repelled. Lesh dies. Bloodstone going to bring him back pretty quick, but it's another solo GA, and this time Skid. Probably not going to survive through it. Completely isolated, destroyed, 2 down. And now the pursuit up the high ground. They will get the stun on Willow. Follow-up Dragon Tail. Forget about Roche, baby. We are knocking on this high ground door. 2 in the grave without buyback.
I mean, TV still has BKB
coming up soon, but
that's how that fight went.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you initiate on a DK and he has everything available like that. He's like, well, that's my 10-second BKB. Let's fucking go, boys. He was ready to box.
Crazy to think it was even, but it's just like the items on the Dire are just so much better than the items on the Wraith. The net worth doesn't matter, you know? It's like, well, if you don't spend it right, what does it really do for you?
It's one of those strange games where BKBs are such a significant breakpoint that they represent so much more functional value if you fight around the timings of their completion than like the 4K net worth that they represent on the chart. And that's what we saw right there. 2 BKBs, one of them not even used. It's just no contest. They have no way to kill the Dragon Knight when he's immune to magic, straight up. And now Roche, it does get sniped by the Radiant, so it's a snatch for Raven. It's a nice play from the Lesh, but probably won't matter all too. They will get a little gold.
First ground catches too, but again, the BKB.
Double damage on Terrorblade. He does not have meta, so maybe this is okay. There's a Sunder onto the BKB SF. Now Tim's starting to go ham. Did he just pick up a cheese? Nope. Okay, it was way too early.
Armel still fighting it out.
Ron Chuan still alive. Skid actually healing up pretty well, but now they have the stunlocks for the Omni. Just as they don't have the meta, Geek fam do not have the GA. And kind of a disappointing time for it to not be available as they just get completely wiped out. Yeah. This game is starting to feel over trend. They're going to go high ground and still a tier 2 in the bottom lane, so
they almost
probably not able to end the game right here, but yeah, it's another unbelievably convincing team fight. Again, TB used the B. Okay, he had to use the BKB that time, but he still had the
Armel had to use the cheese too.
Okay, so yeah, they did pick up the cheese then. Thought so.
Too many Red Bulls, dude. Believe in yourself. It's okay.
Hey, it's late. But 2 lanes down, and this aggressive DK. Armel making a really good case for Blink Dagger DK this game. You know, making me feel like all those games that I lost on DK without buying Blink Dagger might have been my fault.
I'm sure they were some way or another.
Serious having regrets right now, but with meta on, they get another kill on the Willow. They're going to find the Omni Knight. He can't even purify. He does have GA, but it doesn't matter now that it's coming off cooldown. March slowed into an oblivion, trying to get to the high ground. Snowballs from Raven coming out left and right. Force staff up. Epicenter from Sam H. It's a bold play, but Raven, even more bold, gets off a Sunder in the fire bush. TNC knows this is over. G's from March gets spammed, and that shit gets called. It is over. TNC dominate. Less than 30 minutes. They will take the win.
And yeah, as they had already secured the previous game, well, we'll say it again. Congratulations to TNC for their victory in the Qual.